Once the T1s are down, particularly the enemy safe lane and mid T1, it's pretty much always good to be past the river. It's very common for low rank players to just sit on their side of the map doing nothing. This is what good players would call AFK, and particularly also like in the enemy main jungle, the triangle terrain is just very hard to take. So imagine that we take a fight not past the river, so behind our river. Our base explodes, right? The enemies just get free objectives. On the contrary, if we go into the enemy jungle and put a deep ward, sit near the ward, we jump an enemy hero on the ward, we get a pick off, then we can take an objective, right? That is fundamental Dota. So I want you guys to just drill this into your brain, and when you're playing, I would like you to hear my words in the back of your head. Smoke, pick off, maybe win a fight after the pick off when the enemy inevitably files in one by one, which they will do a lot of the time, then take the objective. So typically it's really bad to just like go raw hit an objective without a pickoff, because the objectives force you to be out of position, right? The Dota map is very intentionally designed like that. Playing in the enemy jungle is playing near the objectives that your team wants to take. That's why it's good. A noob will present themselves to you in the enemy jungle for a free pickoff, because most people don't play Dota this way with the idea that they should be forward on the map. Most people just play in their own jungle on their own side. So you'll find a core farming and then you kill them and then it's an easy objective. Just repeat that process, then it's an easy game. And also on top of that, if we lose a fight in their jungle, the enemy will have a hard time getting most objectives, because if you're playing there, your waves around there should be pushed forward. So they'll have to push the waves back toward your base if they win a fight to take an objective. And in that time, guess what happens? You just respawn. So the enemy can't actually progress the game if you're playing properly in their jungle. And you can think about this like momentum on the map. You want to be playing forward, because when you TP back, you're killing all of that momentum on the map, right? Momentum, I mean, towards the enemy objectives. Because again, if you TP back, you're suddenly in your jungle, they kill you, they can get an objective immediately after that. And also on top of this, playing in the enemy jungle will put you just close to any action that happens on the enemy's side of the map. You can just connect to stuff fast. And everything that I said, by the way, is agnostic of if you're winning and losing. I think that's like the biggest disconnect, is most people know to kind of do this maybe when they're winning, but when they're losing, they just sit in their jungle, in their base, and just wait to lose. They're just giving the enemy a free game because of all this momentum stuff that I'm talking about. Playing in the enemy jungle is still good for all the same reasons. Every single like, comment, and subscription, guys, goes a really, really long way for me, and I appreciate every single one of you guys who do that. Especially there's a handful of you guys who comment on every single video. I see you guys, I know who you are. And thank you very much for doing that. And you guys know I want to do this full time, and I can only do that if you guys show love to the videos. I also do coaching, and I have a few slots available right now. So if you want to climb quickly with my help, DM me on Discord. Just join my server and then find me and DM me. See you guys tomorrow.